Hello, welcome to the latest video in our Getting Started with O&M Profiler series. In this video we're going to look at our retirement modeler. I'm working on the assumption that you've seen the earlier videos, so I might make reference to various bits that we've covered in those. If you haven't seen them, just go away and watch them, or alternatively you can still watch this one. A lot of it will still make sense. There just might be some gaps that you need to fill in later on. Okay, so from the home screen we're going to do a new retirement modeler quote. And as ever, I can pick an existing client or I can create a new one. I'm going to use the same client that we've been using throughout these videos, my first client. Okay, so when it gets current plans, again, you've got the little helper text telling you what to do, and I can add in a current plan. As this is an existing client, I can also add in plans that they've already got. So let's add in the two that we used in the pension switch right at the start. Excellent. Okay. Now I'm going to show you what other options are available for current plans, because it's not just pensions that you can add in here. Okay. So if we look at the list, we can add pensions, annuities and payments, money in the bank account, DB scheme, lots of other different options all the way down, various things. I'm going to do a DB pension at this point. Oops. Okay, and it's going to ask us for some different information to what we've previously been entering. So we're going to say this is going to pay me £10,000 per annum, starting at age 65, and it doesn't stop and it increases. Okay, so we can keep going, add in up to 25 different plans, I think it is, whether it's money and ISAs, whatever else, you can add them all in and make sure you've got everything that the client has so you can accurately model what their retirement's going to look like. We'll head to quote type, and again, from the previous videos, you'll know that we can do side-by-side comparisons. So we've got option 1, 2, and 3. I'm just going to fill in option 1 to start with and see where we go. So they're currently earning £40,000. They want to retire at 60. They're looking for 20,000 in today's terms. And we're going to initially look at Flexi Access Drawdown. Obviously, you can see there's other options there, and we can go through those, or you can go through those in your own time. There's two different options for when to take PCLS. You can use it to meet the target income, or you can say I want to take it all at outset. The default is to meet target income. Largely that's because if you want to take a specific lump sum at any point, you can add in a particular goal, and we'll cover goals a little bit later on. Okay, let's head to new investment. Okay, exactly the same as elsewhere in the system, 3 modes, funds, sectors, or CIPs. I'm going to do sector, and I'm going to put it in mixed investment 20 to 60. Again, sticking with the using rule, finding me the cheapest fund. Excellent, there we go, and we can see that their money runs out. They've got a shortfall no matter what plan they pick. And this chart here, if we zoom that to get a better look, that shows what their retirement's going to look like. It's using the PCLS to meet their target income. The DB scheme kicks in at 65, like we told it to, and then the state pension kicks in at 68. And then when he runs out sometime around here. Obviously they've still got a level of income later on because they've got some guaranteed incomes, but the drawdown plan runs out of money around age 81. While I'm in this view, there's a useful little feature I can show you. We've got the data behind all the charts. So whenever you see a chart in the system down the bottom, if you zoom it, you can click through these side arrows, or you can click on the data used, and it will show you the raw numbers behind that, which is obviously very useful. And you can export those just as you can export the images as well. And we've got some notes about the slide that you can read as well. Okay, let's go back to the different options. And so we saw this option doesn't quite work for them. Let's have a look at some that might. So option 2, we could enter details, totally different things if we wanted to, but obviously it's much easier to create a copy of option 1. And let's drop that down to 18,000. Alongside that, let's do a third option. Also 18,000, but let's retire a couple of years later, and let's see what difference those two assumptions make. There we go, and now we've got the three options side by side. See options 2 and 3 doesn't run out of money. So we can perhaps be a bit more adventurous for some of these and add in some extra goals. So let's head back to quote type again and do that. So yeah, hopefully what we're showing here is just how quick and easy it is to make changes to this, to remodel and to go through it. So let's have a look at our option 3, which we had the most to play with. And I'm going to add in a goal. So let's do a family holiday spending £10,000. And you can see you can do specific dates and things like that, and you can do it running for a particular time period. I'm going to do this one as a one-off. Now it's important to realise that these goals are client goals, so they're shared across all three options. But because I created the options first, they're not included. If I'd created it in option 1 then copied it, they would have been included. So all you need to do is tick or untick that box if you want to see that option included. There we go. So you can see the difference. We've got an extra 10,000 in that first year. Money still lasts. Again, we can zoom that, do what we want. The other thing we can do, of course, is we can change the additional information. So we can look at all the other different dashboards that we've created. So you can look at the tax implications. We can also do quick compare, as we've done in the previous videos. And see more of those dashboards. As ever, we've got reports to go alongside this. So we've got your retirement income comparison report, which will talk about the three options. You can get your tax breakdowns, all sorts of reports here. There are a lot to choose from. You may want to configure your favorites so you're not scrolling through that list every time. But there's a lot of useful information in there for you to digest. If I just turn quick compare off, I'm going to show you one last little feature, just a little thing that will help. It's called row sync. We click on that, and what that does basically is it means if I pick Old Mutual in option 1, the system's going to pick Old Mutual in options 2 and 3 for me as well. Just a little time saver if you've decided where you're going, or if you want to look at particular products across all three options. It's a nice way to do that. And of course, as with the other areas of the system, you can filter that list down. You can change your advisor charging. You can do all sorts of things in there. Well, that's it for this video. Hope you found that useful. The next video we're going to look at is going to be on the fund research and model portfolio side of things. Thanks for watching.